Hey y'all. So yesterday we started talking about the law of superposition, and there were some questions other than just basically the layers. First of all, I want to clarify a couple things. First of all, when we're talking about the layers of rock, we are not talking about the layers of earth. It's not like the bottom one is the core and then the mantle and then the crust. When we're talking about the law of superposition, all of the layers we're talking about all occur in the crust. It's at the very top layer of the crust, all right? Another question is, wait, does that mean the earth is getting bigger because the layers keep building on top of each other? No. If you remember about the rock cycle, the earth basically is recycling itself because a couple of places, for instance, at seafloor spreading, as the plates move apart, new earth is created in the center from magma burbling up and solidifying into igneous rock. And on the other sides of those, as the seafloor spreading on the other side is coming, spreading away. Here's the ocean, here's the ocean floor, and then here's the mountain. That seafloor spreading is going to cause that seafloor to subduct or go underneath that other plate and be reabsorbed and melted back into the magma. So it's basically recycling itself. If you think of like the base of the ocean floor, and you're looking at the layer of floor that's there right now, and little sea creatures die and float to the bottom, and then minerals and sands wash down through erosion through the rivers and go on top of that. Now I just built another layer. Does that make sense? Okay, so the layers are built up through the rock cycle and recycling and so forth, as well as magma explosions, etc. So we're not looking at layers of the earth. This is very, very tippity top of the crust, and everything is being recycled. It takes literally millions or even billions of years to do it, but there you have it. All right, so we talked before about the layers this way, and we even created this nifty little jar of layers of the earth like this. But there was some confusion about the intrusion. So first of all, what is an intrusion? Well, if I came to your house and just busted into your house and just was like, I'm here. All right, I'm an intruder. Intruder alert, intruder. I intruded. What an intrusion is in geology is kind of the same thing. It's when magma burbles up from underneath and busts through those layers of rock. Again, it could take a while. It doesn't happen overnight, but it intrudes into those layers. Then it cools, and now I have a line of rock running vertically up through my horizontal layers. So what happened first? Well, this happened first. What happened next? This. What happened next? This. What happened after that? This. I know that this happened last in this little scenario right here because you can't bust through layers that don't exist. So the layers have to be there first. So layers, then the intrusion. Okay. Then what? Well, let me look at my handy dandy little model that I made for y'all. I probably angered my neighbors this morning cutting wood at 6:30, but there you have it. All right, so first of all, let's look at this right here. You have your layers of rock that we talked about. So which one happened first? Well, C, because that's the one on the bottom. So this one happened first, then on top of that, then on top of that. And then my beautiful artistic trees and sky. All right, now we have our intrusion. And I made it red in the video just to kind of show you, hey, look, it's lava, all right? It's magma, it's underground. So again, remember, this is all underground. So here's my ground, here we are underneath. It's still in the crust at the top uppermost layer of the earth, still in the crust, and then the mantle would be down here somewhere. So here comes my magma intruding through my layers. So this is an intrusion. Now, my intrusion is there for a while, it cools down, etc., and then all of a sudden, earthquake. Now, what just happened? Well, my layers themselves split, and my intrusion split as well. So you can see right here that my intrusion started with a straight line, stopped, and then started again in a different place. So based on the break in my intrusion, I know that the fault or the earthquake happened last. Because if the earthquake happened before the intrusion would still be a straight line. But I know that this was, when I painted it, I painted the bottom, then the next, then the next, then I painted the intrusion, then earthquake. All right, so what does this tell me? Well, first of all, if I said which layer is the oldest, It would be C. Which layer is the youngest? It would be A. Because remember, D, the intrusion, is not a layer, it's an intrusion. And E is not a layer, it's an event. Now, if I said, write my events in order, I would say, well, first was C, then B, then A, then D, then E. Right? So there you have it. That is law of superposition, including an intrusion and a fault event or an earthquake. All right. So any questions, comments, or concerns, come see me during office hours. Or other than that, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.